I'm Shelley MacDermid Wadsworth. I'm a distinguished professor of human development and family studies, and also the co-founder and director of the Military Family Research Institute at Purdue University. Veterans Day is always a great time to remember and thank veterans who have served. But I think it's also a really great time for action. And so I always encourage everyone to figure out how they might be able to do something that would benefit veterans and maybe other people too. For example, there are ways we can seek training to become better able to support the mental health of the people around us, veteran and non-veteran. Working in volunteer opportunities in our communities also is another way. So I encourage people on Veterans Day not just to think, but maybe to think about doing. Veterans face all the same obstacles that everyone else does. They live as civilians in communities all over the country, really every part of the country, but they also may face some additional challenges based on their military experience. For example, if they were exposed to various kinds of trauma during deployments, they may have psychological symptoms or physical symptoms that create challenges for them, sometimes much later in life. For many years, the Department of Veterans Affairs has been the designated go-to place for veterans, both for benefits and for health care. But increasingly in recent years, community options also have been expanding. Of course, throughout that entire time, veterans have received support from families, friends, and neighbors that's been really important for maintaining their quality of life and helping to make sure they don't become isolated in later life, especially. The data about food insecurity are a little mixed. So the VA for a couple of years now has been screening every person who comes through the doors basically for whether or not they're food insecure. And the numbers there are relatively low. But in other studies, the rates have been much higher. And one important thing to remember is that most veterans are not patients with the VA. Some are not eligible, because not everyone is eligible, but some just haven't made the connection for the benefits and services that they have earned. And that's particularly true, I think, for veterans who are poor, veterans who are living in rural areas and have trouble getting to VA facilities. This is something that my institute has been working on a lot with a program called Reaching Rural Veterans that uses food pantries and the emergency food system as a way of bringing veterans together with benefits and services to try to get them connected up and address their issues related to food insecurity, housing insecurity, and financial insecurity.